Alright, friends, I'm going to give you some good news for a change today. Bob Jones, prophet, went home to be with the Lord in 2014 on Valentine's Day. It's from a book called Fireside Chats with Bob Jones. One of Bob's friends wrote this, but this is about the angel bag lady. Now, Hebrews 1:14, not all angels are ministering spirits sent to serve those who inherit salvation. Are not all angels ministering spirits. Sorry about that. The angel bag lady. It was around December 2003 as the custom, we were to meet at Bob's home every Wednesday to spend time and to see what the Lord was doing with Bob and Viola, Bob's wife. But always sit and listen, and not ever saying much. Bob would walk like a fountain, pouring out revelation and wisdom to us. Bob, like he did, his eyes lit up and he said, "You're the one I saw in my dream." He said, "Ken and Brenda, stand up, please." And he put his hands on both their shoulders and says, "I bless you, God bless you. I bless you in the name of Jesus Christ." And I stood up and said, "You're not getting out of here without blessing me too." He laughed, put his hands on me. There was a brother from Asheville, David, and he had been looking to open a place in the mountains near Asheville to bring in folks to disciple. He was telling us he needs $600,000 to seal the deal on the land that he wanted to purchase. He says, "I am taking the word from me too." Bob was known to have some powerful dreams and trances and change the lives and circumstances in people's lives. Well, he began to tell us of the dream he had that caused all of this stuff to happen. He began to say he was sitting in his chair, and all of a sudden an old lady walked up to him with a big bag, and she asked him, "Who do you want me to take this money to?" And opened the bag, and he saw a lot of money. Bob said he wanted to go to those who want to build the kingdom. He described this woman who we all knew was an angel, an old Italian lady. He said he remembered that in the early days of the 1900s, the mob used little old ladies to bring the money to the places in big shopping bags. One thing I learned: when you hear a word from the Lord to a person, you can also take it for yourself. We all left that day thinking about what we now call the angel bag lady. So anyway, look at the next page. So this guy's trying to raise money when he came upon this woman who looked up, and when he finished telling her about the project, she said, "I would love to help." And she had, "Are you ready?" $600,000 in cash. She wanted to invest. Well, the living room lit up, and you could feel the faith. And he goes through to describe a couple more people that she had helped. So, being a good cheer and just go about, because we know the world is evil right now, just like 2 Timothy 3. This is from the Amplified. But understand that this, in the last days, dangerous times of great stress and trouble will come, difficult days that will be hard to bear. For people will be lovers of self, narcissists, self-focused, with the truth, lovers of money, impelled by greed, boastful, arrogant, revilers, disobedient to parents, ungrateful, unholy, and unprofane. And they will be unloving, devoid of natural human affection, and inhumane, irreconcilable, malice, gossips, devoid of self-control, intemperate, immoral, brutal, haters of good, traitors, reckless, conceited, lovers of sensual pleasures rather than lovers of God, holding to a form of outward godliness, religion, although they have denied its power, for their conduct nullifies its claim of faith. Avoid such people and keep far away from them, for among them are those who worm their way into homes, captivate morally weak and spiritually dwarfed women, weighed down by the burden of their sins, easily swayed by various impulses, always learning and listening to anybody who will teach them, but never able to come to the knowledge of the truth, just as Janus and Jambres, the court magicians of Egypt, opposed Moses, so these men also opposed the truth, men of depraved mind, unqualified and worthless as teachers in regard to the faith, but they will not get very far, for their meaningless nonsense and ignorance will become obvious to everyone, as was that of Janus and Jambres. So, yeah, don't worry about the men and the women out here today. God can send you angels to help you out. And, man, it's, if ever was a time that people needed to be out preaching the gospel, it's now. Jesus had prayed that God would send laborers into the field, because the harvest is ready, but the laborers are few. Have a great day.